In this example, we're going to talk about slow in, slow out, also known as ease in and ease out. So we've got three balls here, and they each start and stop on the same keyframe. So we can see at frame 10, they start to move. They also all stop at the same frame, 10:33. So we can say that these three spheres have the same timing. But as I play it, you can clearly see that each of them are moving at different speeds in between. So what we've got here is a different amount of ease in and ease out. The top orange ball has no ease in and ease out. It's going at the same speed as soon as it starts moving until it stops. This is not a very organic type of movement. Any sort of animal or creature, or most things in general, would move generally starting slower, accelerating to a faster speed, and then slowing down gradually over time. And then our middle ball here has a little bit of ease in and out, and our lower ball has a lot of ease in and out, which means that it's quite slow to get going, very fast in the middle, and then slow again at the end. As I step through, you can see this a little bit more clearly. So if we look at the position of each of these balls here at their start frame, the next frame, you can clearly see that the orange ball has moved a greater distance, so it's not easing out of its movement very much. The blue ball has eased a little bit into its next position, and the green one very little. If I go between these two frames, you can see what I mean. So as we carry on here, again you can see that the orange ball has accelerated much more quickly than the blue, and the blue more than the green. However, once we get to the middle, now the speed of the center ball is catching up. It's almost in line with the orange, and now it's even ahead of the orange ball. But then on the other end, sort of the same as it did at the start, the green one starts to slow down over a longer period of time here, and then the orange one stops very abruptly. So I can show you here in the graph editor. So our orange ball, which moves at a linear pace, you can see here in the graph editor, in the forward moving motion, it's a straight line, which means it's not speeding up or slowing down throughout its movement. It goes from prior to frame 1010, zero movement whatsoever, and then at a linear speed throughout. So this is again something that we wouldn't see very often in the natural world. Some robotic type motion can be quite quick like this, but generally we would want to be seeing something similar to what we've got here on the blue ball. So you can see here when it starts, it's flatter. So anytime we're sort of seeing a less extreme angle here, like less change in value over time, such as we have here, we've got a closer value here between these two frames than we would say in the middle when we start to speed up. So this has got a little bit of ease out. It's ramping into that speed, speeding up through the middle, and then slowing down closer to the end. So this is generally what we would like to see to some degree throughout most of our organic animation. And then the green one, I took it to even more of an extreme, where I've set a key in the center here, and then these first few frames you can see are very flat, so we're doing very little change over these times. And then we ramp into a really quick motion. You can see through the center we're doing a larger change of position over one frame than we were previously. And then again on the way out, we've got a slowdown. So I'll show you just these three together so you can get an idea of what we might want to be seeing in the graph editor and how that represents what we see on frame. So when I put these three on top of each other, you can see here the difference between the linear path, a little bit of ease in and out, and the more extreme ease in and out. So I'll start to show you more examples of this as we move forward, using slow in and out and how we can use that to help us create believable animation.